In this video, I'm going to show you how to absolutely knock your walkthroughs out of the park so you can land more clients. A lot of people don't realize, but if you get the walkthrough wrong, it doesn't matter what your proposal said, you won't land the client. So let's stop that right now from being a problem of yours. What's going on, everybody? Mike Mack here, founder of AutomatedCleaningBusiness.com, and I'm back with another video. This video, it is about crushing the walkthrough, or doing really well during the walkthrough, whatever your vernacular will allow for, whatever you like. That's what it's all about. What is a walkthrough if you are unfamiliar? If you are new to this type of business, a walkthrough is basically once you get a lead, the idea is to set an appointment. Now, this isn't necessarily a sales appointment because you are just going to walk the space. By the way, if you're the cleaning service that's giving bids over the phone without seeing the space, I'll keep you in my prayers. I don't know. Don't do that. You have to walk through the space. It's why I don't believe in pricing by square foot, because there could be a gigantic a factory with 300,000 square feet, but what you're responsible for cleaning is so very small. So if you're pricing over the phone, you're going to lose bids left and right. But again, we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to focus on the walkthrough, which again, like I was saying, that is when you get a lead, you call them up, you schedule a walkthrough, you see the location, you take as many notes as possible, and then you go home, put a proposal together, send it off. And that's how we win clients in this game. So this is a very key part of the sales process, and you don't want to get it wrong. On the opposite, you want to get it right. You want to get really good at it. Make this a super strength. Let's do it. Let's jump into it right now. All right, so there's 3 major tips I have for you. I don't care if you're introverted, extroverted, it doesn't matter. You can knock this out of the park. Because when I started, I was very painfully introverted, and I use these things what I'm about to show you, and it helped me tremendously. Let's get into the first thing right now. All right, the first tip that helped me a ton, and we still do it today in our company, is we go old school. That's right. What does that mean? So there was just a time when people just seemed to like each other more. I'm not saying it doesn't exist anymore, but by and large, people were just, much more friendly, and there was just an old school way about doing business, right? So this particular thing, to give you like an exact example of what I mean, is when we go and show up to a walkthrough, we bring a gift. And no, I'm not talking about a fancy bottle of champagne. No, I'm not telling you to bring an iPad, nothing like that. We don't want to be borderline like bribing them for the contract. On the opposite, we bring something as simple as a couple of boxes of munchkins. That's right. Going to some place like Dunkin' Donuts, those little circular donuts, I'm sure you know what those are, right? We'll bring those, because we usually have our walkthroughs early in the morning. We don't have to, but we usually like to have our walkthroughs in the late mornings because there's kind of a little bit of a lull, so you actually get more attention from the person you're actually talking to. And a nice little cool thing right out of the gate that kind of shows that you're a little bit different is you bring a gift. Like I said, bring those 2 boxes of munchkins, put them there like, oh, hey, I was just getting some coffee and I figured I'd bring this by for the team. Think about that. They say, wow, that's nice. I mean, it's just right out of the gate. They don't even know you. You're there to help them. And the first thing that they see about you is that you thought of their team who you don't even know. Yeah, check a box right there. You're already ahead of the pack with that. Let's get to the next thing. Okay, the second tip for knocking these walkthroughs out of the park is service mindset. I'm gonna jump into that. But before I do, if you're finding this valuable, hit me with that thumbs up. And of course, hit that subscribe button. And I got you covered with great tips. Let's get back to it. Service mindset, what does that mean? So let's say you're a little introverted. Not everyone has that personality where they could just come in and they just meet people they've never met and they just light up a room and just super charismatic and people are just laughing. That's probably not you, right? That wasn't me either. So I had to really rely on having a service mindset. And what I did to overcome my shyness at the time was a lot of smiling and a lot of warmness. Like I said, when you enter a new space, these people have never met you before. I would come in, I'd bring the munchkins, and I'd smile at people, I'd shake hands, look people directly in the eyes, and just be warm. Okay, I would leave the tougher exterior to the side and I would just say, oh, how are you? Oh, that's incredible. Happy to hear that. Oh, how are you doing? Again, I'm not saying be fake either. Just be warm. Just take a warmer version of what you are. Nothing too rough around the edges. And people can cozy up to that, right? Hence the warm, right? People could feel comfortable with you when you are playing to your warmer side. It's very nice in a business setting. It works very well, especially in the service business setting. And another thing is smiling. Why do we smile? We smile because, quite frankly, most people don't smile. Most people don't smile during the day because everyone is just a little bit stiff. They're at their job or they're focused. And I'm not saying if you don't smile, you're a bad person anyway. That's not what I mean. It just means when you do smile, especially in a 9-to-5 setting or a business setting where people are just focused, it just makes you a bit more magnetic. It makes you a bit more attractive, and it makes them feel like you are someone that can actually help them, someone who can actually take care of them. Now, I said service mindset, and that is you are doing these things. You are being warm. You are smiling. You are connecting. Why? Because you are a service provider. So if you have a service mindset and you do these things, you are going to be memorable. I don't know about you, but if most of the other cleaning services that you're bidding against are cookie cutter and there's no real differentiator, your personality could be a huge push in the direction. It could put you by itself. So do this right, and these people will be drawn to you. Let's get to the third one. All right, the third and last tip for knocking these walkthroughs out of the park is stop the bragging. Yes, we get it. You're proud. You love your company. And I get it. You want to say like, no, we actually really do care, Mike. I'm not bragging because I'm a jerk. I'm bragging because there's other services out there and they're not providing what we can provide. We actually love our people. We're not just trying to be arrogant. I get that. I totally get that. And I know the type of people who watch this content, not a toot of my own horn, but we care about our customers. It's not just about making as much money as we possibly can. We care about our cleaners. We care about our customers. That's generally the people that I speak to that comment. These are generally the people that watch this channel. I know that's you. I know if you are bragging and saying you're great, I know it's just because you just want to stand out. But let me tell you something. It's just a dead end acting as a shortcut. The fastest way to actually stand out, the fastest way to get people to see how different and how good you are is to put your focus of your company, of your branding, of your messaging, put it on the client, put it on doing the job for them, put it on showing up for them, being consistent for them, knocking it out of the park for them. People can feel that. I'm telling you, with the other things too, it makes you so magnetic. It makes you stick out so much. I mean, a lot of people want to talk about a zillion different things, but I'm telling you, this right here, this video, do this in the walkthrough. This is how you separate yourself. This is one of many ways I teach. Do this so you're not a commodity where you have to just be the lowest bid. I know you're tired of that because you know you have a good service, but just nobody knows about it. All right, I'm ranting. I'm passionate about this, so let's get into it. Okay, Mike, got it. Sounds good. You've made your point. What do I do? What does this look like? What this looks like is being curious, being truly curious. When you are walking around with your potential client, act as if you're a doctor. Act as if they have a problem. You got to listen, because you don't want to miss it. There's something in there trying to tell you they're frustrated. They've went through several cleaning services and constantly they're getting taken advantage of, and they're in a position where it's like, I can't possibly think about the cleaning anymore. Ask those types of questions. Ask, how long has this been a struggle? Ask, what's the ideal situation? What does it look like? Paint me a picture. What's the perfect scenario with you and your cleaning provider? Tell me, where do you feel like they're falling short right now? What are your pet peeves? You see that? When you are truly interested in them, they are going to be interested in you, right? That's fresh out of that one of the best books ever written, and it's How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's one of the best books you could ever read. I read it once a year because it is that important. So when you do that, all of a sudden, by the way, I'm going to tie this back. Remember how I said you don't have to be extroverted? You could be introverted, because when I'm asking questions, you're going to be doing all the talking. And you're not going to be thinking about me. You're going to be thinking about you and what you're dealing with. And that's a good thing if you're an introvert, because now you don't have to think, are they thinking about me? Do I have something in my teeth? Am I being weird? Am I saying too much? Am I not saying enough? No. You are there to help. And when you help like that, you make you and your company hard, very difficult not to work with. All right. That's it. Those are my 3 steps for knocking these walkthroughs out of the park. If you are going to apply at least one of these, I want you to comment right now, comment service. And if you're just starting out and you want my help, click the first link in the description. For everyone else who's trying to grow their cleaning service or get it off the ground, check out this video right here.